G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza. This is a character design session live on Twitch. I take requests, mash them together, design an original character, you know how it goes. And Twitch, send in your requests. Medieval knight. What do you got? Superhero, biker, Jedi/Sith, zombie, witch, dragon, musician, gladiator, mad scientist. I'll take one more, and caveman. Let the voting commence. And the winner is dragon. Now Twitch is going to hit me with the requests for what kind of dragon. This is where we add a bit of a twist to our character design, be it badass or funny or just plain weird. Esther Rank says water dragon. Poop Turtle says John Cena dragon. Blonde Something 93 says sexy dragon. Digital Wheelin says mech dragon. Toxic venom dragon. A flamboyant dragon. Crystal dragon. 3, 2, 1. And the winner is Mech Dragon, beating John Cena Dragon by that much. Alright, so Mech Dragon was a little too broad, so I'm getting the chat to vote on narrowing it down with some suggestions they've made. So we're going to be designing a Mech Dragon with the Apple style design, which would obviously as a result be overpriced, overrated, overpopular iDragon. So jumping straight into it, step 1 in the 4 parts of the character design process is discovery, and that is the research stuff, having visual references, finding ideas. The second step is design, and this is where I just throw everything in a piece of paper and see what I like and see what sticks. And then from there we move forward into a refinement phase. To begin with, I draw a very rough basic sketch of an actual dragon head, not in any mech or Apple style, which I use as a bit of a reference as I draw Apple style mech dragon heads, all of which have to be really super sleek and simplistic and as close as possible to the Apple design style that they have, which is quite tricky to do because they're so minimalist in their design. But a few of the things when looking at references that continuously pop up in their designs is sort of a shiny surface, often a white gloss top surface, and then sometimes there's a bit of an aluminium or shiny silver looking more flat or solid area. So I'm trying to incorporate these two aspects throughout all of the designs. Sometimes I try and fit in the idea of a screen or monitor or camera lens or something, but they're actually a little bit distracting and make it feel like something different than a dragon and a little different than an Apple product. So I stick mainly to the focus of those sleek white surfaces and aluminium edges and finishes. So at the end of all that, there's a couple that I think work in a way that I can move forward with. In particular, I really like this one here, which sort of reminds me of an Apple mouse. I also don't mind this one here and this one here, but I don't like the horns on this one. I actually think I'm just going to go forward using this one as the design, this one on the bottom right, but this is just the head. Now I need to actually play with the body. So I'm just going to do some really rough, scribbly sketches with this head in place and throwing around some ideas for the body. But now that I've done a head, I know sort of what to aim for with the body. So I'm just going to play around with a few different sketches, do the same sort of thing that I did here with the heads with a few different body concepts, but it should be hopefully a little smoother because I have a design base to work with the head. I'm going to try and make the rest of the body fit in with the head's design. To begin with, I draw a little sketch of the head in the top left corner of my piece of paper, just so I have it to refer to as I draw the dragon's bodies. And I start off by drawing a little bit of an improvised dragon body, following more the style and aesthetic of a traditional dragon, but the result of which is a little too clunky, and I learned pretty quickly when trying to figure out how to add a dragon body to my Apple dragon head that I really need to be more minimalistic. And so in my second design, I try and go for a really sleek look using the design of Eve from WALL-E as inspiration, particularly in the arms and how they connect to the body. Even so, I discover that any detail is too much detail. So in the third attempt, I try and make it even sleeker, having less moving parts and using a lot more surreal technology of limbs sort of floating apart from each other. And then I mix the second and third designs into a single concept, a fourth one, which is a bit more sketchy, but just to sort of test out that the direction that it's going in is a place that I think will work. So now that I've done this, I have a rough sketch in this one here that I'm fairly happy with. As you can see, it's not even as refined and finished as the other ones, but I was just sort of roughly testing out a few elements of the second and third dragons to see what works, and I think I have a direction I'm going to go in for my final piece. So rather than dilly-dallying any longer, I'm going to jump straight into creating a refined artwork of an Apple-designed mech iDragon. This has probably been by far the most difficult character design session I've ever done on this channel. Alright, so this is my final sketch and it's ready for line work and color, and I just wanted to take a moment to talk through how I feel about the design. I'm actually pretty happy with how it's turned out, considering it's been one of the trickier character design sessions so far. Some of the things I think have worked in its favor are going for that sort of Eve from Wall-E style of sort of segmenting limbs by having them float, because in reality having moving parts or joints or wires is going to make it have too much detail and look clunky and not like the Apple design that we're actually going for. So moving forward, I'm going to go into line work and then color, and the trick with this is going to be as sleek as possible. All lines need to look really crisp, all the shapes need to look really smooth and sleek, and especially when I get to color, I want a nice level of contrast, but it really needs to look shiny and smooth. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, this is the finished result of the character design stream. I'm going to be completely honest, I didn't expect it to turn out in any way decent, and I'm actually personally really happy with how it turned out. It feels to me like an Apple iDragon, which is good, which is what we're going for. I like that it's mostly sort of grey tones and silver tones, and then we have a bit of a punch of colour with a little bit of green and a bit of a punchy blue in the wings. Otherwise the rest is that sort of sleek, modern iPhone-ish design. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the result, and if you want to join future character design sessions and Let's Draws and other fun stuff, make sure to check out the link on the screen and in the description to check out my Twitch channel. That's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.